welcome back to hanayakanagyarus. It's been a while. What have you guys been up to? This is just a simple update. Let's check in and see how you've been doing post-pandemic. So just a little positive, influential greeting and salutation and just, well, positive vibes for you. So if you're watching this video, you've made it post-pandemic. I know it's been super crazy. So many things have changed. Social distancing measures. Literally, guys, this is the new norm. So all I want to share with you today, as I spoke a couple weeks back to another one of my friends, shout out to hanayakanagyarus. You can check her out on Instagram. She shared a very positive message with me, and I want to share that positive message with you guys. So, as we know, it's post-pandemic, but of course, virus is still out there, people are still getting sick, and people are losing their lives, unfortunately. So, hold dear to you, your loved ones, your friends, opportunities that you might never have again, checking in on your loved ones, and even with strangers. As you go out, you might be taking a risk. You're going shopping, maybe you're doing grocery shopping, and you might hear someone sneeze or cough. That doesn't exactly mean that they have the virus. So let's continue to be courteous and be aware of other people's feelings and not try to just look at everybody as a scorn, like stay away, stay away. If you are really concerned about your health, as you should be when you go out, take the social distancing measures and other measures that you know you need to do to keep yourself safe. For example, wear a mask, or even wear gloves, or you even might start trying to do things online. I understand that it's very necessary for you to get outside and get the fresh air and even meet up with friends. People are going to restaurants now and patios are being opened. Well, I know here for a fact in Canada, in Ontario, that's where we're at right now. Maybe it might look a little bit different for you where you live. Nevertheless, we're all going through these different stages of trying to get back to normal livelihood. Newsflash. It will probably never be as normal as it was before. So there are new things that you have to learn. For example, going into a crowded area, wearing a mask, keeping your social distance, knowing that you have to, line up to get the things that you want. Ordering online might take a little bit longer. Just doing everything, going to work, driving, eating out, hanging out with friends. Everything looks different now. So the best thing that you could do, not only for yourself, for your family, and for your community, is accept that this is our new normal. And I'm pretty sure no one wants to lose a friend, a loved one, a spouse, a family member, or a relative. So we have to try our very best, even considering that there are others out there, people who have friends, family, loved ones, relatives, who have serious health issues as it is. Like, for example, my husband has heart disease. And so my family does very strict social distancing measures when it comes to us going out and coming in. For example, we're always washing our hands. We're making sure that if we come home from outside, we're heading straight to change our clothing, and we're making sure that we're always cleaning surfaces. So if that's something that you have not put into practice yet at your home, I suggest you do that. You want to make sure that you're cleaning things that your hands are always touching. So for example, how many times you're going in and out of your kitchen? You want to clean all the surfaces, the handle of your refrigerator, the way you pull out a chair, or even in your own living room or your home theater room, whatever you like to call it. How many times do you touch the remote? Or if you are a gamer, like there's so many gamers in my home, how many times you touch the control? You always got to clean those surfaces, right? Of course, it's good to have a sanitizing spray, for your couch or your sofas or your chairs, so that you're making sure every time someone comes into the room and they're sitting down that the area is clean for them. So I know this might sound like this is redundant, Dee Dee. We already know this, but these are some of the things that we don't really put into practice. Some of the things that we take for granted because we know our family members, we know our loved ones, and we can attest to them not being sick. But you just never know. There are other bacteria and viruses that are out there. For example, we are approaching flu season, and you might not take the flu vaccine, and that's completely okay if you do, and it's completely okay if you don't. But you still got to make sure that your immune system is built up. So make sure that you got your daily dose of vitamin D and your daily dose of vitamin C. You're drinking lots of water to stay hydrated. And if you can, don't judge me, but cut down or limit your intake of dairy. Dairy does cause an influx of mucous membrane in your respiratory glands. And we know that is one of the most hotspot places where viruses can build a home. So in order for you to do that, you got to keep on flushing out your system with water. As you know, the body is made up with how many percentage of water, and water does, so many other jobs for our body. For example, water helps to lubricate our muscles, our joints. So if you ever have some aches and pains, especially while working out or after working out, double up on your water intake. Okay, guys? So stay safe. Do everything you can to stay safe. Stay healthy. So eat your fruits, ones that are more of a citric nature, like your oranges, your apples, pineapples, tangerines. All those citric acids help to break down mucous membrane in your respiratory gland. Okay, disclaimer alert. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not a doctor. I've never taken any health education courses or anything like that. But because, if you don't already know, I'm on my own healthy life journey, and I'm a vegetarian. And so there's so many things that I had to research in order to be able to help my family, assist my husband in the best possible way. And so why not give you this information too? So if there's anything that I say that you don't believe and you don't trust, go ahead and ask Google, ask a doctor. You can check it out for yourself. I guarantee I would never, ever lead you guys astray. All right. Last but not least, check in with your family, friends, relatives, colleagues, your loved ones, whoever you consider to be close to you, whether it be a confidant or a comrade or a constituent. Check in, text, email, phone call, visit if you can, but don't visit unannounced, because we are still, treading on unprecedented times, and you don't want to just go show up to a relative or a friend's house without letting them know, right? So many different people are doing different things, and you want to make sure that you remain respectful of people's personal space and their time. But there's nothing wrong with sending an email. There's nothing wrong with texting. There's nothing wrong with, sending a message or even writing a letter. We used to do that back in the days. We used to call it having a pen pal. But you can do that with your friends and your family. Send them a letter, check in, give them a call. I wonder how many of us actually have landlines. I have a landline in my house, so I have my family members call me and they check up all the time. This is how we're going to help one another get through this very difficult time, especially if you are a garu mama and you have children going back to school. Trust me when I say I know. Some of us might be going through anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, not feeling secure with what the educational system has planned for children going back to school. So if you are sending your children back to school, all power to you. Do what you can, protect your children. If you are choosing to keep your children or your child at home for homeschool, all power to you as well. We're all doing what we can to keep our families safe. And so Continue to support one another, support who you can while you're out. Give a helping hand if you can. You know, be aware of your facial expressions, be aware of your comments, be aware of just your body language. So many people are so sensitive now that the social distancing is in effect, or so many people who are fearful of their lives. Mental illness is at an all-time high now. And I'm not just talking about, you know, the mental illnesses that everyone thinks about when they hear the word mental illness, which is like bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, or anything like that. I'm talking about the everyday mental illness that mommies and daddies and kids and people go through, such as stress, anxiety, and depression. These are some of the ones that, you know, creep in on us unaware, unannounced, and we don't even realize that people close to us could be going through these things. So take a time out, take a step back, and check in. That is the overall message that I want to relay to you today, is to check in. It's really easy. Be selfless. Check in. Just check in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Take care.